Okay, it looks like we are live again and a third day in a row. And I just wanted to jump on here one more time today, this week, and answer some questions. I'm going to give some people time to get on to this, and that way we can kind of get some questions going and kind of jump into what we're doing and what we're about and what we have going on and some differentiators in what we have going on, and you just kind of handle everything that came at us. It's been amazing couple of days. I know for the three of us, and Ryan as well. Ryan's not with us today. He's busy, running his business. We all have real businesses here, but it's been an amazing couple of days. We've had so many questions, so many positive remarks, so many people sharing what we're doing, so many people reaching out to us to be involved in what we're doing, to help out in any way. The number of applications that we've gotten, essentially in the 24 hours, a little over 24 hours since we launched, has blown me away. It's humbling. It just shows that people see the vision that we are getting ready to execute and really blow up. So, some of the questions that we got was based on some confusion on, what we were doing, because we kind of talked about two different groups yesterday. And so I want to start breaking things down a little bit more in this conversation. So if you have questions, make sure you're posting them below here, and ask the questions. We'll try to answer them while we're live, and get those answered. Otherwise, we're going to just talk about the questions we've got, through email and through Messenger and through phone calls. So we are looking at doing several different things over the next couple of months. The first and foremost, I want to say that I have spent personally the last couple of years giving away free content, and that is something I'm very passionate about. If you're trying to get started in real estate investing and you're watching this, we will continue to do free content. My Flip Talk show will continue to not be pitchy. Ryan and I are going to work on another rookie playbook series. I know I've talked to Mike about doing some cool stuff. Melissa and I have talked about doing some cool stuff. Of course, her and her husband Danny have Flipping Junkie, and there's that's been free for how many years, Melissa?
A lot of years.
A lot of years. So it's been free for a lot of years. You have the blogs and the information that they provide that's going to be free and remain free. So if you're looking to get in real estate investing and you need to get something going and you want information, there's all kinds of free information and content out there produced by other wonderful people, but also free content and information produced by us and the things that we're affiliated with. And that's going to continue. In fact, I've just started approving videos that are going to start being released on YouTube. I have the YouTube channel. I believe it's the Real Don Costa. And that we're going to be releasing probably about 4 videos a week, two to 4 videos a week. I'm shooting every Monday now. So there's going to be a lot of free stuff. So just to kind of differentiate that, there's going to be free. It's going to continue to be free. I love giving out content. I love impacting lives. I know Melissa does. I know Mike does. I know Ryan does. And we're going to continue to do that. For the somebody who needs a course, we're gonna release a rookie playbook course. That is going to be something that we'll talk about more, so I'm not going to hit on that too much, but it's going to be very affordable. And then for somebody who's looking to kind of scale their business, we'll be releasing a course for that as well, and that is something that's going to be extremely affordable, and that's a little ways out, so I don't want to dive into that too much. So for those of you who are newer, I just want to say we're going to continue to provide, we're going to continue to have something for you that's reachable and attainable. Okay, so the mastermind that we are really passionate about is Inner Circle Elite. Inner Circle Elite is really for the top, 1 to 2% of real estate investors. We're looking for people who really are running a business, who want to have a better business, right? We're not talking about a bigger business. We're talking about, get my words out. We're talking about a better business. It's for people who want to run a better business, more profitable, being able to balance work and life, having the business they want with the life that they want, being if you're single, just being free to do what you want to do. If you're a husband, father, mother, that kind of thing, that you're going to be able to really spend the quality time with your family. It's like how to run things better, how to systematize better, how to structure better, how to hire better, how to staying on top of the changes in the market, all of that. We're gonna want to tackle with that group. In that group, we're going to be turning the mastermind thing upside down. We're not going to run it like every other mastermind. We're going to really strategically plan these things that have the most impact on people's businesses that we can possibly have. So that's the elite. Like the Inner Circle Elite is really for the elite investor. There is going to be exclusivity in markets. There's going to be a cap on the number of members. Some groups are like 100 people deep. We're not going to be that big. That's not where we want to go. We're not about building just this as a mastermind. It's not about us getting rich off of it and building a $10 million company. It's about us putting the right people in the right room together to make sure that they're all successful. So that's what the elite is. Now, I know that there are some incredible people out there that I've interacted with in the last few years. Mike and Melissa have interacted with in the last few years that that aren't going to qualify for the elite. Okay, and that's the differentiator right there. Is you're not going to qualify for the elite, but you still have a business. You're still doing deals. You still want a better lifestyle. You still want a better business. You still want better system structures, processes. You still want to be in the room with the right people. Okay, that's the inner circle level. Okay, that is where you still have something to offer to a group, but you're not quite, the top 1 or 2%. Okay, so if you want to apply for either one of those, you go to fliptalk.com/apply, and it's just a simple Podio application. Like, we're not doing a crazy landing page and all that kind of stuff like that, because really we want people who get it. And we'll do an information page. I'm actually working on right now to get one up and live, but really right now we're speaking to the people who understand what it is, what our vision is and what we're trying to accomplish, and we want to make sure we're clarifying that. So it's a 1-page application. You go through and answer the questions. We're really vetting people, so the questions are there to help vet, and then we are going to go through and figure out what group you belong in. Now, there's a question at the bottom where you can check a box, right, Mike, where it says, inner circle elite, where you feel like you belong. And I'm right on that one, right?
Yep. Yeah. You can select whatever option makes the most sense for where you're personally at right now.
Yeah. And then we're going to go through and we're going to look at the applications. Mike's going to set up a call with you and reach out to you and basically have a conversation with you. We're not looking for a payment on that first call. I want to be very, very clear. Like, we're not looking for a payment on that call. We're going to have a conversation with you, make sure that he expands on the questions on the application and he understands where you stand in your business, where you stand in your life, where you want to be, what market you're in, what your needs are. And then we're going to sit down and collectively discuss the applications and the people and the conversations. And we're going to determine who is right for each group. Right. Some people may think they're elite, but they're not elite yet. Right. But we want to get you to elite, but we want to put you in the right group to get you there. So we want to determine the right group, and we want to make sure that we don't have any conflicts, right? Market conflicts and different things like that, because we want people to be 100% transparent in these rooms. And then we're going to reach out to you and let you know whether or not you've been approved for this round or not. And Mike will go over what that means once you get the approval, the acceptance, the invitation, and he'll, on the call, he'll go over what that means, what the next step is, and so on and so forth. So, it's first come, first serve.
I want to make sure I definitely jump on that, right? Because I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me directly, and I've been trying to make sure everyone's aware, but it's going to be first come, first serve in the base of applications too, because that's how I'm going to be calling down the list. And if you're interested, go apply. All right. We're not asking for commitment. I'll talk with everybody. I'm going to really try to understand where you're at and where you're going and how the group could benefit from you and you can benefit from the group. And the faster you apply to that, then you get that totem pole stand, right? And once we start extending invitations, it is going to be, who applied first. We'll talk to them first. We'll approve it as a company. And then that way we can make sure the community is exactly where it needs to be. And then we'll offer that invitation. But we're also going to have a little bit of a time period, because with the amount of response that we've gotten, we have to know if people are ready to make that decision and make those types of commitments, because that's what we're trying to build.
Right. Yeah, no, it's really important to get the right people in the right room. We want to create the right dynamic, and we want to make sure that, we provide, we're going to go above and beyond on our end to make sure, like I've said a half dozen times, this is a white glove experience, that we're making sure that we're coordinating, collectively bringing the right people together, that we are drawing the most value we can out of each meeting and all that kind of stuff. But it's important to make sure that we're getting those commitments from people that they're going to be in the room. So, we have a question from Sean. Again, this is for your questions. If you have questions, I know we have a few people on here watching. Go ahead and write any questions in. Sean Allen asks, will it be done online or in person as well? There will be an online presence. There will be a Facebook group, but these meetings will be in-person meetings. So what's up, Matt? these meetings will be in-person meetings. There'll be 3 of them in the US and 1 of them abroad. The abroad trip will be an easy trip, like me flying from Fresno to the East Coast. It's not going to be any further than that type of situation. So, but we're talking about places like the Bahamas or, a 5-star resort in Mexico or something cool, right? And so there will be meetings where we meet in person and we network and we collaborate, but they're not, again, I want to be very clear. Like, it's not going to be your typical mastermind. And I don't want to go into details here about what, exactly what we have planned, because I think it's going to confuse people if we take a deep dive into how we're going to lay this out. All I can really say clearly is what you're used to in a typical mastermind is not what we're going to be. Okay. That's not what we're going to be. We're going to be set up in a manner to make sure that we're drawing the most information out of the room to where everybody gets what they need and we're really making an impact. And, we're going to structure it in a way that I think is going to be really powerful. And honestly, if you want to know what that means, what I mean by that, if you're curious, come to the first meeting, come check it out. You do the application, go through the process. If you're approved, come check it out. And, let's see, if we pull off what we say we're going to pull off, because I can tell you we're going to pull off something really cool. So, hey, Scott, Ice Baby. Yeah. Got the song in his head. So, but we're going to do some cool things with this, and I'm really excited about what we have planned. So Shane, many masterminds I have been a part of in the past have fed the dream, but at my level, they did not provide the support I needed to achieve the support I needed to achieve the dream. That's why this sounds so much better. Yeah, this is about getting to work, rolling up our sleeves and getting to work on our businesses. Even myself, I'm going through some restructuring in my organization. I do that like once a year. This year, I've been doing it almost the entire year just to make it a better, more profitable business, right? That's the end goal. And to make it a better, more profitable business so that we can really just enjoy the things we want to enjoy. I know, Mike, you have a passion right now about building passive cash flow and rentals and that kind of thing, right? So that you can enjoy your family. You got 2, your youngest is how many months old?
5 months old. And my oldest is turning 4 on Sunday.
Right. And I know, Melissa, you're doing like an annual trip to different crazy places like Ireland and Scotland and stuff like that. I mean, we're all about having a better life, right? Yeah. So, that's really it comes down to. I'm going to put the apply up here. So, fliptalk.com/apply is where you go. Like I said, it's not a landing page. It's not a sales pitch. I really don't like being sales pitchy. The last 3 lives doing this has been kind of weird for me, to say the least. And I want to make sure that just this whole thing is about providing value. If you don't see the value, don't apply. If you do see the value, apply. And if you are part of this group, we're going to work our butt off to make sure that it is collectively just top notch and untouchable. So, anybody want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm really thinking for this community that we're trying to build is everyone that's been a part of a group before. There's always 2 or 3 people that tend to bring the most value, and everyone's talking to them all the time and sharing all the time. But then that person doesn't seem to get much value. It seems to be a little bit of a trend. So what we're trying to do is corral those people and have them being in these groups and being at the right level for their groups too. Because just because the person with the most content and information that they can share doesn't mean they're the most advanced person in the group either, or the most successful, quote unquote, if you're looking at it in terms of dollars. But we're looking for the people that are willing to share, and maybe you feel like you're not getting the value back when you're in these rooms with other people. So you can start to be a part of a community that everybody's that person. And then everybody's getting value. And that's really why I think our standards that we're trying to put in place here are going to be so valuable, not only to the group, but also to you. You're going to be in the spot where you're getting the best people around.
Right. Melissa?
Yeah, I feel like it's a thing too, where it's like, I feel like our goal is not to have you sit in a room and have somebody talking at you. Mm-hmm. It's more of really being interactive and like, let's all get together and talk about what's going on, what's working, what's not working, and real life experience, from all different angles, and really brainstorming. And I think that's going to be key, but you can only do that when you've got the right people in the right places too. You can't brainstorm with somebody if they're at a different level.
Yeah, if we're not doing our job and we're putting the wrong people in the room, it becomes a very complicated, scenario. And that's one of the things that's really important to us. That's why I'm saying you can't buy your way into this. You got to apply, you got to be chosen. Yet, yes, it does cost money because it has to make sense to us to do the work to put this thing together. But when you see the pricing that we have, it's going to be obvious that we're not trying to get rich off of this. We're just trying to make it worth, hiring somebody and the effort that goes into doing, putting these things together. So, Britt Knox, hey guys, just chiming in. Value is outward action. Yes, if everyone helps everyone, no one is left out. I agree. One of the things that I wanted to do, I was trying to be clever with the name, and I was like 1.4 or 4.1 because I had the saying in my head that one can impact the many and the many can carry the one, right? And that's really what we're trying to achieve here with this. And I think all masterminds at some level are trying to achieve that. And but at some point, I think they lose sight of the greater purpose, right? And they're just trying to put as many people in the room as they can because it is a profit center. And I'm not knocking that because I'm a businessman. Like, don't even think for 1 second that I'm bad mouthing that. I am a businessman, but that's not our purpose behind this. And that is something I'm going to hold 100% true to, that our purpose is putting the right people in the right room for the right reasons to make the biggest impact possible. So I'm going to be pouring a lot of energy and time into the curriculum side of things for those who need to learn. But that's a whole separate thing. So if anybody has any questions about what we're doing, I think most people get it at this point in time. Do you guys feel like I haven't covered anything? Nope.
I think maybe just the clarity on the application. You apply and then Mike, you'll figure out which group there's just one application for both groups.
Yeah.
So one application for both groups. I'll talk to you and try to just get a good deep dive into what's going on in your business, what your goals are, and really how you can add value and also what value you're looking for. Because another thing that we're really going to try and do is have a very curated area that our members share, where if you need help, we know how to put you in touch with that right person right away. And that way you can use that networking relationship so much better. Because I've been in rooms where it feels like you don't know anybody in the room of hundreds. So being able to connect people together and put them in touch with the people that can help serve their need at the moment right away. And then also when they get tapped, they want to give and share. So I'm going to try and understand that. And then it goes back to the leadership approval. We're all going to talk about who we feel is the best for the areas, which group level they're in. So it's truly going to be an application process, and we'll invite the ones to the groups that we feel fit the best.
Yeah. So one application at the bottom, it asks you, do you feel like you're inner circle or inner circle elite? You choose where you feel like you fit. We're going to vet you. If we're going to offer you an invitation, it's going to be for the group you fit in. You may think you're inner circle. We may think you're elite. You may think you're elite. We may think you're inner circle. That's important to understand. So we're going to vet you and put you where you belong for the most possible impact in your business as well as others. The individual we're looking for is somebody who does not ask first, what can I get out of this? It's what can I give, right? So you got to truly be somebody that's going to give. And I think it's important to understand that even if you may not feel that you're ready for even inner circle, it's important to go apply if you are interested, because again, we may see something in you where we say, yes, this is a person we need in this inner circle room. Right. And we're going to either reach out and give you an invitation to be in that room, or we're going to show you what else we have for you to help get you ready for that. Right. So don't be afraid to apply if this is something you want to be a part of. And maybe it's something where I just reach out to you and say, hey, this is the action plan you need to be on. And if you do these steps, the next round of when we open applications, you may be in this room. So we got Matt Smith, great group of people. Shane, just ready to roll. Sean Allen, anticipated first meeting date. The anticipated first meeting date, it depends on the group you're in. If you are inner circle, just inner circle, then we're looking at the 4th and 5th of November in San Antonio, Texas. We're still working on a few things to confirm those dates. I want to be clear, but that's what we're looking at. And if you are inner circle elite, then we're looking at the was it the 6th and 7th, right?
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th. We're looking at the 7th and 8th. If you're inner circle elite, and again, that's San Antonio. So we'll be there for a week, but it's not there designed for you to be there for a week. It's the 7th and the 8th for the elite group, the top 1-2%, the people who are getting into this, and then the 4th and 5th for those of you who who are inner circle. So that's what we're looking at right now. It is going to be San Antonio for sure. I'm going to pull up my text message here real quick. It's probably bad for me to be texting and talking because I have ADD and I lose my thought. But okay, so we're working on dates for 2020 already. So San Antonio is going to be our first one. The cities we're looking at for next year right now are Nashville, Denver, Las Vegas. And then that's what I got on my list so far as cities that are probably going to land into next year. So those may be subject to change. But the first one, we're looking at that first week of November, that first active week of November. And then we'll probably shoot for January-ish, February-ish, first quarter. And for the next meeting, so it'll be a little less than 3 months. And then we'll have a meeting every quarter from there. Looks like we're planning our meeting for the destination location will probably be November of next year. So these are tentative right now. I'm throwing these things out because I want people to kind of understand what we're thinking. We're in the process. I would say Ryan and I are getting on a plane tomorrow. We're going to be meeting in, I don't even know, Missouri, right? Not St. Louis. What's the other one? Springfield, Missouri. We're going to be in Springfield, Missouri. And so we're going to be hanging out for a couple of days with John Martinez and a few other people. And we're going to hammer out some stuff while we're there for meeting agendas and locations and everything else. And we'll be rolling out more details, I would say, next week. We should have our dates ironed by probably Friday of next week, I would say, for 2020. I mean, we're on the ball. We're working. We kind of jumped the gun on our launch. I'm not going to lie. We got crazy. We jumped the gun, but we're working our butts off to make sure that we get this stuff ironed out within the first couple of weeks. So are there weekly or monthly calls? Matt, for the mastermind levels, this isn't a coaching program. So we're not committing to weekly or monthly coaching call type of situations. I'm sure that, we will set something up for accountability and accountability groups to work together for those. But at this level, this is a true mastermind. And, there'll be some things we're going to throw in there to provide to help the members out. We're going to make introductions. We're going to help facilitate. I may roll up my sleeves and dig into your business personally, that kind of thing. But, there are, for these levels right now, we're not talking about weekly or monthly coaching calls. And I'm right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we are working on some education programs. We are working on some really cool things. Again, we're talking about rolling out a program in the $1,000 range for the rookie playbook level. We're talking about rolling out a program in the $5,000 range for the kind of the next level thing, right? That is, really going to be killer. Something the other companies sell for like 30 grand. So, which is crazy, right? But we're going to put more into that for 5 grand than companies sell for 30 grand. At those levels, there's going to be a conversation about how much, we can make sure that we give people who are joining those. But again, I'm throwing those out there. I don't want to confuse anybody. Those aren't ready to launch yet. We are at least, I would say, a couple weeks to a good month away from launching either one of those. And, but we will make a big announcement when we do. So keep an eye out for those. But at the mastermind level, though, this is a true mastermind. We will be facilitating some things to make sure that there's accountability and some other stuff going on. And we'll definitely update the group as those roll out. So anything you guys want to add to that?
No, that's perfect.
Oh,
yeah. Have I cleared everything up, you think?
think so.
Did we get any other questions that we want to answer here?
I mean, I want to answer all the questions, but I think we've seen them all.
Okay. So if you have questions beyond this, then post them below and we'll go through and answer them as we get an opportunity to throughout the day and the evening. Message us. I don't mind answering questions there.
First and foremost, fill out your app, get your spot in line.
Fill out your app. Mm-hmm. It's first come, first serve. A lot of people will say that they're going to run something a certain way. And if you know me for the last few years, my integrity is one of the most important things to me. And if I say that we're gonna cap, that's not a sales pitch. I'm not going to do this. Oh, doors are closing, and I don't know, sad message, blah blah blah, sales pitch, blah blah blah, landing page, blah blah blah. We're not going to do that because that kind of stuff makes me crazy. It's just, either you see the value or you don't. I'm gonna make sure you know about it. I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm not gonna have, there's never gonna be like a hard sell. Like I said, Mike's gonna set up a call with you. He's not even, it's not about taking a credit card. You're not gonna have to make a decision about paying us right then and there. He's gonna go over what the process is. He's gonna ask you questions, and then you're gonna wait and see if you're approved, because we need to make sure you're part of the right group. So very important. Brent Knox, we're ready to jump in. Fantastic, man. Absolutely, Andrew. I can't wait for this to kick off. So all kinds of cool stuff going on. I guess I don't have anything else to say. Mike or Melissa, you got anything else to say?
No, I'm just excited to get to this first meeting and get to see everybody in person. I'm really excited about having all these conversations I'm going to have in the very near future with everyone that's applied, because I've always been a big believer in building strong relationships that are truly real, where you know them and you really want to connect and be friends long term. So I can't wait to talk to those of you that I already know and those of you that I don't.
Perfect. I want to say that one of the trips that I'm most excited about is the Las Vegas one. When we get that one scheduled on the books, I think that one's going to be a fun one. So
I'm going to put Don on black.
Yeah, put it all. So I'll have to do something crazy, right? For those who come, I'll have to do some crazy number on black. But okay. If you are watching this and you are excited about what we're doing, make sure that you're sharing this video out for us. I greatly appreciate it. If you've gotten value out of the Flip Talk podcast or out of Flipping Junkie or anything else that we've been involved in, and you're seeing this video, your support is greatly appreciated. Share it out. I don't want to do, like I said, I don't want to do crazy sales. I don't want to do crazy marketing. I just want to get the word out and build the right group of people. So ask your questions again. We'll get them answered. Don't forget to go do your application. Even if you don't think you're ready, we want to.
Do you have the link up, Don?
I'll put the link up again. So it's fliptalk.com/apply and go apply. And we'll definitely reach out to you and have a conversation and see where we land. So cool.
Talk to y'all soon.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful day and enjoy. And we will talk to you again soon.